New videos every day.
So welcome back to back pain from poor posture. I'm going to be demonstrating some stretches that you guys can do at home that are simple and effective. So to start off the series, this is a great way to kind of find out where you are, a baseline per se, to kind of see where some of your restrictions are, and if you need stretches to alleviate that, if you have strength deficits, or if you need massage. This is a way to kind of tell. We call this a wall angel. What I'm going to have Charles do here is be against the wall. He's going to walk his feet out till you're about 6 to 12 inches away from the wall. The further you are, the more you get to kind of cheat. So those of you who have significant restrictions, you'll want to cheat a little bit, and I'm okay with that. But kind of think about 6 to 12 inches. Second thing I'm going to look for is that Charles is able to actually flatten his back against the wall. I want to know, remember in that picture I showed you before where the spine is in an S, I want to know that he can create that curve by touching the wall. Once he's established that, if that's difficult for you, use that as your first kind of piece of this until you get that. Then you're going to add the arm component. Arms will be up at 90 degrees. What should happen here is the wrist should be able to touch the wall, and you can see here he has a significant restriction. He's about 2 inches from the wall, and he has a difficult time kind of holding his back flat. So again, I want the body to be able to have the abs tighten, put the back in neutral position, and then see now if he's got access to his full range of motion of his shoulders, and he does not. Again, he's going to need stretching for this pec series, soft tissue work here, and possibly some strengthening in the back. So you want to see where you are in this realm. If you can actually do this, then you would add a component of sliding the arms up and seeing if you can actually keep contact with the wall as you do this. And so Charles will need to work on this for a little bit first, and then we'll move into movement. So Charles, get into your wall angel, and I want you to just kind of let me know about some of the discomfort you're feeling.
All right, so right now I feel discomfort in my low back. I feel like I'm forcing it to touch the back even though there's still a gap. My upper pecs and my traps are on fire right now because they're stretched to the limit. Also in my wrist, it feels like somebody's holding me back as I try and extend and touch the wall.
So this will be uncomfortable for a lot of you at first, and this is your exercise to kind of start to see if you can get comfortable in this position. So I had to search long and far for an athlete that could actually do this so you guys could see what good looks like. A little bit of a bend in the knees, about 12 inches from the wall. Back is completely flat. He's fairly comfortable in this position. His right arm is actually completely touching the wall. He has a small restriction of the left arm here, and he verbalized to me that he can actually feel a little bit of a restriction through here and can tell he can't get his arm back to the wall. But this is at least how it should look, and it should be fairly comfortable to do. So once you've finished with your wall angel and you kind of figure out where you are and where some of your restrictions are, remember we're going to try and start to open up the pecs and get this back to start moving through here. A lot of us remember that C curve when I drew it on the wipey board for you. This is where all of that starts to kind of stay. What I want Charles to do here is you lock the hands behind the neck to protect the neck. Try and put the elbows as close as you can together, and all you're going to do is just a little wall slide. He's going to slide his elbows up the wall, trying to gain access to some extension or opposite 50-50 plan we talked about. If he spent all day slumpy sitting at work, here's where I want to start getting some extension. You just slide up and back, up and back. You can hold this for a sustained stretch. Gets the triceps, the lats, and again, I'm looking for mobility of the spine. So we've been talking about opening up the pecs also. So here are a couple of pec stretches that you can do at home. One, you can find a corner. This gets both arms simultaneously. Take those arms, put them in a T position, walk as close as you can to the wall. Find a nice good stretch and hold this for anywhere. The research is, kind of sporadic and they like 10 seconds, some people like 30 seconds. So anything in there that you feel good and comfortable with that's not painful. The other thing that you can do is put your arms high. This gets one of the other series of pec muscles. So 2 different angles, 45 and 90 degrees. You can also do this with just one arm against a wall. Put the arm against the wall and just simply turn your body, walk away. Feeling the stretch here. Again, you can change the angle of the arm to 45, up a little higher. There you go, and then walk away.